Welcome back, mathematicians. In this video, we are going to solve right triangles. Now, in order to solve a triangle, it means that we are going to find the values of any unknown sides or unknown angles. And for a right triangle, we know that we have one angle which is 90 degrees, which we typically label as angle C. That means that the side that is opposite angle C will be side C, and that is the hypotenuse of the right triangle. As a result, what we know is that the sum of the two other angles, A plus B, will be equal to 90 degrees because we know the sum of all three angles must be 180 degrees. Also, because this is a right triangle, we know the Pythagorean theorem is true, so A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. And you'll use both of those pieces of information in order to find any unknown side or unknown angle. Let's now use this information to solve the triangle if we have side B is equal to a value of 4, angle A is equal to 35 degrees, and we are going to find side A, C, and angle B. We're going to also round to 2 decimal places for all of our solutions. So let's first start by just drawing ourselves a triangle to make sure we understand what we have and what we need to find. So this is going to be my right angle, which would be angle C. We don't know side C. One of these two other angles can be labeled as angle A or B. It really doesn't matter which one is which. So I'm going to label this bottom right-hand vertex as angle A, which we know is going to be 35 degrees. That means we don't know angle B. Now, side A must be opposite angle A, so this is going to be side A, and side B must be opposite angle B, so this must be side B. So we know side B is also equal to a value of 4. So let's now use this information to find the missing pieces. Now we are being asked to find angle B, side A, and side C, which I will highlight to identify. Let's start with finding angle B. We know that angle A plus angle B is going to be equal to 90 degrees. We know angle A is 35 degrees. So we can solve this equation for angle B by subtracting 35 degrees to both sides, and what we get is a difference of 55 degrees. So we know angle B is equal to 55 degrees. We now need to find side A and side C. So what we will use is right angle trigonometry to find one of those missing pieces. We cannot use the Pythagorean theorem at this stage because we have two unknown sides, and we can only use the Pythagorean theorem if we have one unknown side. So let's start by finding side A. Now, if I find side A, I also need to pick one of my two angles, either A or B, to use as my reference angle. So I'm going to choose angle A. So corresponding to angle A, side A is opposite it, and I have side B, which is adjacent to angle A. That means I'm going to use the tangent function. So tangent of 35 degrees is equal to opposite, which is side A, over adjacent, which is a value of B, of 4. So what I will do next is multiply both sides by 4. And then I get A is equal to 4 times the tangent of 35 degrees. Now you'll want to use your calculator to evaluate this expression, and don't forget to round to 2 decimal places. So what we get for side A is approximately 2.8. We are now going to find side C, the last missing piece of information, and what I will use is right triangle trigonometry in order to find side C, the value of side C, instead of using the Pythagorean theorem, but really you could choose either one. So in order to find side C, I'm going to use angle A. Again, you could choose to use angle B as well. I'm going to use angle A, and I'm going to use side B. Now I'm choosing side B instead of side A because B is exact. We know exactly B is 4 units. Side A is approximately 2.8 units, so as a result, I'm going to use side B. Now, that means I'm using the adjacent side, and I'm trying to find the hypotenuse, which means I'm going to use the cosine function. So it'll be cosine of 35 degrees is equal to the adjacent side, which is a value of 4, over the hypotenuse, which is the unknown variable C. I'm now going to go ahead and multiply by C to both sides, and that will cancel out my C on the right side of that equation. This will then give me C times the cosine of 35 degrees is equal to a value of 4. And then finally, I'm going to divide by cosine of 35 degrees to both sides. And so C is exactly 4 over the cosine of 35 degrees. But again, we're going to go ahead and use our calculator to approximate the value of C rounded to 2 decimal places. And what I find is that C is approximately 4.88. All right, guys, that's how you solve a right triangle with 2 pieces of information and 3 unknowns. Good luck.